Check out this growth. This growth is not by chance. This success is because all three of these creators started with the exact same thing. Ali Abdaal, Mr. Beast, Marques Brownlee, and hundreds of others are so successful because they all started with their core fundamentals and worked out from there. At the end of this video, you are either going to be ready to launch your own content journey, or you will understand the exact reason why your content isn't working and know exactly how to course correct. I'm Gina. I've spent the last 20 years building startups. And in the last 4 years, I have run the creator function for the top esports company in the world. I now build out systems and tools that help support people starting their own creator journey or their own content journey to build their brand, with less time, less money, and more emphasis on how you can utilize tools, systems, and workflows to grow faster than ever. This video is not only going to get you set up properly, this video is going to get you set up with your archetype. This video is going to take you back to those core basics that made these big creators so successful. You are going to walk away at the end of this with not only your creator and your brand archetype, you will also be able to define your niche, understand the correct content formats to use, get a video production system that is foolproof and completely free, and also make sure that you are designing your channel properly for success. So the first thing that every creator needs is an archetype. Now, if you've already started uploading videos and your content isn't landing, it's probably because you missed this vital point. Not having a clear archetype makes your channel seem kind of jumbled and scrambled, and consistency is what's really key in driving growth, especially with content. Don't worry, there is still time to pivot and really get your house in order. So let's understand what archetypes there actually are for content and creators. So you're probably very familiar with this content. Mr. Beast is the ultimate entertainer. His channel is built on extreme challenges, big emotions, and viral storylines. He is not teaching you anything. He is simply here to entertain you, to take you away from your day-to-day. You might recognize this channel too. Ali Abdaal is the epitome of an educator. He grew to millions of subscribers by building his channel on practical, step-by-step advice. Whether that's productivity, business, tech, he explains things really clearly, and he does it calmly and with structure, enabling you to do the same. And then we have Marques, the most highly rated reviewer in the world. He is not just reviewing tech, he is the authority. His content is clean, confident, and based on years of credibility. He is the ultimate expert. You trust him because he knows what he's talking about. These are three completely different channels, completely different types of content, but they all have that one thing in common, which is clarity. Each one knows exactly what role they are playing. And that one role shapes every decision that they make about their channel and about their content. So let's break down those three distinct archetypes. So the entertainer. Your value is in storytelling and entertainment. It's in your energy and emotion. You are here to make people feel something. An emotionally led channel and content strategy, whether that is laughter, shock, inspiration. If this is you, your content needs to be heavily focused on big narrative hooks, experiments, visual formats. You don't need to do hours of research. You don't need any credibility. You don't need any facts or data. You are just here to entertain. Then we have the educator. Your value is clarity. You take something complex and you make it simple. You're great at frameworks, tutorials, repeatable systems. Your audience wants to learn from you and not just watch you. For this, you're going to lean into more structured content. Stuff like how-tos, walkthroughs, step-by-steps. This archetype focuses on outcomes, not opinions, emphasizing that each piece of content has a valuable takeaway point. And then we have the expert. If you're an expert, your audience, they just trust you. They know that you've done the work. As an expert, you don't have to teach every detail. You don't even have to demonstrate or replicate why things work. Your goal is to guide, analyze, and give opinions from experience. These are things like case studies, product reviews, and sometimes business breakdowns. Now, here's the key thing. You may want to blend elements of all three, but you have to pick and choose and lead with one. If your audience cannot tell what you are instantly about, they will scroll right past. So once you've chosen your archetype, let's take a look at how you build from here. Because with your archetype in place, you can now focus on your niche. Most people think that they have to start with their niche, and the better their niche is, the better their content will be. But in reality, your niche becomes clear when you have your lens, and your lens is your archetype. Your lens or your archetype is how you naturally deliver value. When you lead with that value, your niche naturally reveals itself. So take your archetype and use that to shape what you talk about and how you talk about it. Think about a few things that you are genuinely into, whether that's marketing, freelancing, sports, and then run each one of those through the archetype. If you're an entertainer, how could you make your interest fun and interesting? If you're an educator, how would you teach it? And if you're an expert, what backstory and what experience can you actually share? Choose one that feels most like your voice, and then you have your lens and your niche within it. So now we know what our archetype is and we know what niche we're focusing on. It's very easy to now understand the formats that we are going to make content in. Or if you were doing this as someone who is halfway through your journey and not really seeing that traction, you now know what formats you are going to focus on. If you're an entertainer, your formats are going to be storytelling, reactions, BTS, vlogs, challenges, something that shows you as who you are and entertains your audience. If you're an educator, it's going to be those tutorials, those walkthroughs, those step-by-steps, a lot of screen shares and Loom videos, a lot of lists. Everything has to have a teachable point in it. And if you're expert, it's all about reviews. It's all about reviews and breakdowns and putting your opinion and making sure that every piece of content that you make has your expertise within it. It's about you and people building trust with you directly. I will leave a list of all these formats in the description of this video. But once you have your lens and your niche, pick 2 or 3 of these formats that relate to that, and you have your content formats. So the next thing you're going to do is start planning your content around those formats, around that niche, and around that lens. I have built you a completely free tool. It's an entire production board, and it is the same one that I use at my job, creating content for over 36 million people. It's also the same one that I made for my husband, who scaled his YouTube channel from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in less than a year. It is completely free, so click through in the link in the description and get yourself the absolutely foolproof content production board. And finally, how does that present itself in your channel? In the content production board you've just grabbed for free from my website, you will see there is space for titles and thumbnails. Your archetype, your niche, and your content formats will lead into exactly how your channel looks. You need to design your channel and your content to align with the value that you give as an entertainer, as an educator, or as an expert. As an entertainer, you need to spark curiosity and emotional engagement. Your thumbnails need to be big and bold. Bold expressions, dramatic moments, high contrast colors, clear facial emotions, or even eye contact through your thumbnails. Often no text or very minimal text, and the idea of movement within the frame of your thumbnail. That's what gets people to click. With your titles, they need to be emotion-led curiosity first. Something story or challenge-based. You wouldn't believe this. What you didn't know. Is this real? Things that spark curiosity and know it's going to answer a question or bring interest to someone. You also want to make sure that you've got a high energy banner and have your face on it. Photos that reflect your personality and making sure that you've still got that vibrancy and boldness in your header. If you're an educator, you want to focus on clear, no distractions value in your thumbnail design. Clean design, light background, minimal fuss. Icons, screen grabs, screen shares, and text that clearly shows the benefit is what you're aiming for with your thumbnails. Your titles also need to be direct and outcome focused. How to, a beginner's guide, 3 steps to. Very clear, very much telling someone exactly what they're going to get from that video. Your whole channel should still be quite simple, and your banner should be your value proposition. What are people going to learn from coming to your channel? Now, if you're an expert, your channel needs to scream authority through learned experience. You want to be present on your channel and in your thumbnails, but it's not going to be as bold and glaring if you were an entertainer. It's clean, it's confident, it's often more muted or darker tones, and it's not the over-the-top expression face. In this, you want subtle use of graphs, charts, or frameworks, but you want visuals that create quality over hype. All your titles need to be perspective-led. They also need to be credibility-driven. What I do. My strategy, lessons from 6 months of X, Y, and Z. Very single person perspective led. And with your channel design, your header needs to emphasize your expertise and your tagline needs to highlight your proof and your authority. Now again, I will put a quick little table into the description of this video to show how that lens, that niche, translates into what your channel and your content should look like from a viewer's perspective. Because remember, if you get that core fundamental right, every touch point should feel like the clarity of whether you're an entertainer, an educator, or an expert. Now, all you need to do now is stay consistent. Your first few videos won't change the world. It takes a while for people to recognize who you are and what you do. But do not change the course. Keep going for at least 3 to 6 months in that one archetype with everything from the lens of that archetype first. As you build that consistency, you will also build your audience. So if you are ready to start your creator journey, or if you are already on your journey and making content and you don't know what's going wrong, grab the toolkit from my website and go back to the basics of how you build out your content properly to make sure you are getting the growth and traction that you need without spending any money.